Okay, everyone, I showed you how to do a package, how to do a voiceover, and how to do a VO SOT. But now what we're going to do is we're going to export. Now, the reason we lower the audio for a VO SOT is because it helps the news out. I made sure I wasn't muted. I made sure I wasn't muted, and I made sure I wasn't muted across the three projects I have. What we're doing is we're taking what we've done in Premiere Pro in the project and saving it as a QuickTime. Now, I'm just going to do one as an example, and then I'll show you how to do a batch, which is multiple. We're going to export our package. We're going to select three ways to export: File, Export Media, right-click, Export Media, or Command M. We're going to do Command M. So, we have our clip, we have our package that Kelsey did after the game. First thing we want to do is we want to name our project. We're going to say Northwestern State Kelsey. And we're going to hit save. We are designated where we want it to go. I always recommend using your hard drive and saving it to your hard drive. Go ahead and hit save. Now, as I said before, the Premiere will give you the best settings match. It's okay. I prefer higher quality. It takes a little bit longer. But one thing that you have to pay attention to is up here in the preset, you're going to use format. You're going to go down to the preset where it says match source high bitrate. One thing that can be kind of troublesome, but that a lot of people don't understand, is field order. Most cameras will be shooting in 1080i. Let Premiere tell you when you go to export what it is. If it's 1080i for interlaced, it'll say field order upper first. If it's 1080p, it'll say field order progressive. So, with that in mind, we go to our preset. We go down to HD 1080i or 1080p. Well, this says first order, so we're going to go 1080i. It matches it perfectly. So then we go export. Everything else matches. We're in 1920 by 1080, and if we scroll over, we're going to see that on the next one. So we can go export. All right, now that our package is over, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go and we're going to export our voiceover. It's at 1920 by 1080. And we know our frame rate's 2997, so we're going to go export Command M voiceover. It's set to 1080i 2997, but instead of sending it to export, we're going to go Q. Hit Q, and it sets up a queue in Adobe Media Encoder. So we have our voiceover there. You can export multiple things at once. If you had 10 projects you needed exported into QuickTime files, you could do this, go to lunch, come back, and everything's there instead of having to wait for each individual clip. You could also do a batch, which is what I'm about to do, where we're going to do our package and we're going to do our VO SOT. So I'm going to click on both, and now I've selected I'm going to do the package and the VO SOT. Hit M. We know it's 1080i, so we're going to go 1080 2997. Everything looks, our 1920 by 1080 is good. 2997 upper field. Since it's upper field, we're going to shoot, or we're using the interlace preset because our settings are for field order upper first. We hit Q. We go back to Adobe Media Encoder. We have all three of our projects. Hit the green button and it exports. One thing to pay attention to on this is if you have multiple files, make sure you set the designation. We already have the designation for where we want the output file to go, which is to our desktop. This should be your hard drive, not your SD card. This should go to your hard drive. When you're ready, you hit the green play arrow. You'll watch your video encode, and then you're ready to go. That was a quick refresh of import, voiceover, VO SOT, package, and exporting.